What steps does the town of Gander need to take to address the need for affordable housing?
Well, of course, I had touched on it when we were talking about land. And if you look at Gander's makeup, we're surrounded by the airport. The airport owns a lot, of federal government owns a lot of our land. Provincial government owns some more. We have small amounts of land ourselves. And the cost, if you're going to build a house in Gander, you're going to pay $80,000 for a block of land. So if you're a developer and you want to come in and you want to develop and build apartments or build affordable housing, first thing you're facing is $80,000 for a block of land. We need to change that. We need to figure out some way, sit down with the federal government, sit down with the provincial government, and try and get some of that land, and try and get it either gifted to us or at a reasonable price, so that the developers can use that land to do the very thing to solve the problem that we have.
Affordable housing is something that I'm in a construction company. So I know what it takes to build a home. I know the cost exactly, not down to the nail, but I know when you're building a home, you got your groundwork, you got your hookups, you got there's like a tree. You have to pay a tree deposit. That if for me as a contractor, we have to plant trees or we won't get your deposit back. That can probably be like I'm trying to say the unnecessary things that aren't going to put the housing forward and let it go forward. I feel like that's something that we need probably to look at. Probably some more community space, probably non-traditional housing avenues like multi-generational facilities, like you'll share a backyard, you'll share a fire pit, you'll share different things, and to help with the footprint of a home, the main idea is to have a home, a roof over your head, not necessarily a backyard.
So some of the steps that the town needs to take to address affordable housing are one, availing of land that's not expensive to develop, looking at all the possible options in our community, working with the local developers to try to mitigate costs in developing the land. Some of those costs related to permitting fees and the cost of having to build a home outside of the labor. Some of our building permits now range as high as $3,500 just to start to build a house. We've also have a $1,500 water and sewer levy for a plant that's already been constructed and already started paying down the debt on. We need to remove some of these fees and actually make the build homes affordable. And then, of course, we need to collaborate with government agencies and different departments to be able to come up with programs and ways to make housing developments affordable to the residents.
Kind of touched on it just then. It's number one, we need to find a place that's close to College North Atlantic, and that place west of Gander's ideal. But now we did make a step. We bought the old Pentecost church for $500,000. A lot of people go like, why did you buy a dilapidated church? But I did my homework. It's not dilapidated. They're just waiting on contractors. And this is something that's going to happen. They're going to go in, but that won't take care of all our problems. What we need is probably row housing or similar to a seniors complex that we can help build where students can go live. And if they're close to the campus, they're close to their work and they're close to their studies. And we keep these people in town. Hopefully, when they graduate, they'll be nursing right on down to the hospital here where we have a shortage.
So when it comes to affordable housing, obviously there are different things that come into play. So land development, whether it be somewhere existing in town or it would be on the outskirts of town, that is a big issue. I think that undeveloped land on the outskirts of town may be a cheaper alternative because it's going to come down to pricing. The materials that they're going to use for the housings are going to need to be researched. I think that going to other places in the world, not only just in Newfoundland, that have come up with low-income housing should be mimicked or at least looked at. I think that those conversations may have to happen with developers that have experience in making low-income housing or renovating buildings that may be of existence here in the town. Hopefully are already working towards things like this, but I'm very interested to get in to see what the actual behind-the-scenes conversations are about that.